Namaskar. Almost finished the course on 16 points, only 2 points remain. Today is the 15th and it is called oaths, remembering the oaths before leaving the bed. At certain important occasions in spiritual life, we take different vows. When we take initiation, we take 3 vows. When we marry, we take certain vows. When we become monks or nuns, we take also vows. When we receive higher initiations, we take vows. So those are commitments. As you grow with spirituality, as you grow with your spiritual strengths, you also take bigger and bigger commitments. And those commitments, they are part of spiritual initiation. That's why they are maintained secret, because they contain the blessing. Once you are ready to take that commitment, once you are ready, once your body, mind, and everything, your entire structure is ready for the higher voltage in the spiritual life, then you pronounce the vows. Those commitments are formalized in the form of vows. You pronounce them, and as you pronounce them, you receive the blessing. Actually, it's very interesting. I remember commitments matters a lot. When I was 20 years old, I was still in doubt whether I should become a monk or not. Actually, I wanted to be a monk, but I didn't have confidence in myself. I thought that I am not strong enough for that life, and how I will be able to do it. So in one day, my spiritual guide, he asked me, so have you decided whether you're going to become a monk or what? And you take decision. I said, no, I'm still in doubt, I'm still thinking. He said, no, you decide. Decide now. Decide now. Tell me by evening. And we were standing on the bus stop, waiting for a bus. And then I thought about it. I thought that actually this is what inspires me most. And I don't know whether I have strength, whether I have capacity, but I really want to do it. So I told him, yes, I want to become monk. And something very interesting happened. I sat in the bus and I felt, for the first time in my life, I felt confidence that I'm really going to make it. I felt like my every cells in my body is just being filled with the new strength, with the new energy, and some energy is being renewed in me. It was so strange and it was so inspiring. It was just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just the new energy was coming and replacing everything of my old self. So from that time, I understood that commitment matters. Once we take the commitment, we receive the grace, we receive the support of the cosmic force. I speak of it very confidently because that has been my experience during the last 20 years. You take the commitment, you get the support from the cosmic force. Maybe you can explain it through your own hormones, but I really cannot explain it through the hormones, because there is no other way for me to get that inspiration apart from taking real commitment. So certain commitments, they are really formalized in the form of vows that we have to repeat every morning when we wake up. When you wake up, the first thought has to be very positive nature. So we think normally about our spiritual guru, about our spiritual master, and we pronounce to him, we repeat to him those commitments. Actually, the guru is the embodiment of your own self. The guru symbolizes the enlightened personality, your potential. You can tell it to the guru, you can tell it to your own self, to your own soul, but you repeat, you reaffirm those commitments. And that makes a very good start in the morning, because you immediately guide your mind, you promise yourself, and you go deeper into those promises, and you try to understand those promises deeper and guide your mind. This new day, I'm going to live with this approach, with this ideation, with these commitments. And it is inspiring force. It is like a blessing. Every morning you take a blessing. You repeat the commitments, you receive the grace, the cosmic support, the cosmic energy for you to be able to fulfill those commitments. And this is also like programming yourself. I'm going to live this way. I'm not going to deviate from my path. Most of the promises are kept secret because they are part of spiritual initiation. There are promises which are given publicly during the marriage ceremony, and those are not secret. The husband and wife, they promise that on the physical level, on the psychic level, on the spiritual level, they are going to do their best to take care of each other. And I will not now speak in a formalized way, but this is the essence. And also there is one promise which is not secret. The Guru, before his physical departure, before his physical death, he called all of his disciples. He was perfectly fine, actually. He looked very fine and everything was okay. So everybody thought that he will live another 10-15 years. But then he called everybody and then he asked, "Can I depend on you?" And they say, "Of course, yes, you can depend." Then he said some few very strange things. He said that like snakes everywhere exhaling venom, I am calling to everyone in every house to fight those demons in human form. And today, on the eve of my physical departure from this world, I call to everyone in every house to fight the evil. And everyone was like, "What's going on? What physical departure?" And then he said, "This was said by Rabindranath Tagore." And then everyone was just did a sigh of relief. And then he said, "You understand that what Rabindranath Tagore said so many years ago still now is very important at this final years of the 20th century." And then actually he made the disciples he said, "Can I depend on you?" They say, "Yes, you can, of course, you can depend on us." "Okay, then repeat after me." And then he pronounced that promise that many of us, we still repeat every morning. "All my energy, all my thoughts, all my deeds are to be guided to the path of collective elevation of human society without ignoring others, animate and inanimate objects, right from this moment till the last point of my living on this earth." So this is the promise. And that is, at the same time, it is very inspiring and it is very guiding, that all my energy, all my thoughts, all my deeds will be guided towards the collective elevation of human society without ignoring other animate and inanimate objects, all other creatures. I am here for welfare of all. And then this is the force of autosuggestion. When you repeat something, when you ideate something, maybe initially you're not feeling so much relation to that, you are not relating so much to that. Maybe you are repeating something but you are feeling differently. But slowly, by this autosuggestion, you're molding yourself into your ideal and becoming that ideal. So the promises are very, very important. The vows are very, very important. And keeping the vows is extremely important. In the vows is the strength. I could see the immediate change. The person after initiation, the person after taking the vows, he becomes just a reborn personality. So this is one. You wake up, you sit, and you repeat the vows. But not take vows carelessly. The vows have to be taken with prepared mind. Mostly the vows are formalized and they are offered to you by a spiritual teacher, and you think whether I can take those vows, and then if you can do, then you you do it, and then it becomes your daily practice. Just another story came to my mind. One friend of mine, he shared the story. He said, one time Guru asked me to come to his room, and then he just took my hands, put on his feet, and said, "You promise now?" Okay. "You promise I will be very strict in 16 points." So he promised. But 16 points is a austere practice, is a hard practice. To be ideal in the entire body of 16 points, you are saint in that case. So he pushed that promise somewhere away in his background of his mind. But then after like 20 years of sadhana, he was just thinking, how much I received from spiritual path? How much did my spiritual guide, my spiritual guru has given me? And he never asked me anything. Only one thing he asked in my entire life, that I should be strict in 16 points. Shouldn't I try my best? And then from that moment, he tried. And as you try, you succeed. So, and then as he was like narrating that story, he was saying, of course, the Guru knew who am I and what I can do, what I cannot do. But he also knew that one day I will be able to fulfill those promises. So those promises, they are guiding light in our life. They are extremely helpful and important, and we get so much grace through those promises, through those commitments. Life today, we try to live, the general society has this tendency to live without really commitments, to get everything but not to commit as less as possible. Maybe that is comfortable on the physical level, but it is not beneficial for the spiritual level. On the spiritual level, you grow, you develop yourself through commitments. Thank you very much. Namaskar.